back. We're chatting with singing sensation Martina McBride. She's fresh from presenting at the Grammys. We were talking about that red carpet experience and finding the right dress. How was the experience for you this year?
It was so much fun. I love going to the Grammys. You know, it's just a big show with tons of different musical artists. And
beautiful.
Look at that.
Thank you.
Sometimes just getting there is the problem, though. You know, you got to get the, the limo lined up, the hair and makeup team, the dress to get right. All of that went off without a hitch?
Well, we had a little bit of a hitch. Friday night, I sang at Music Cares on Friday night, honoring Carole King. So we had a limo taking us, or a car taking us to and from the hotel and back, and our car ran out of gas. Our limo ran out of gas.
How does that
ran
happen?
Out of gas?
Yeah.
There's a
supposed to do that.
There's a gas station on every corner in this town.
Thank goodness there was, because we had to push it to the gas station on the corner.
No way. Really?
Did you have a few words with the limo driver?
No, he was sweet. It was embarrassing for him.
Oh
We
my
were
gosh.
sweet. But then later in the night, we saw a giraffe in the middle of the street. This is a crazy place.
Oh.
You saw a giraffe in the middle of the
At
street?
the end of the night, driving back to the hotel. I guess they're shooting a movie.
Of course they must be.
Yeah.
Giraffe. So.
Although not always. You
Not
never
always.
know
You
in this
never know
town.
what you find in LA. Oh, never do. But you, obviously, you're one of the most gifted singers of all time. I have to say that because I just think you're amazing. But did you sing as a child? Has music always been something you wanted to do?
Yes, I've started singing when I was, from the time I can remember, 4 or 5 years old. And my dad is a musician as a hobby. He's a farmer, but he's a musician as a hobby. Always had a band when I was growing up, so I started singing in that band when I was like 7 years old, and just always knew this is what I wanted to do.
But could you always carry a tune? Like, did it just come naturally to you, or did you go through the lessons and really try to?
Yeah, no, I just sang. I've just always sang. I never really had lessons, so I probably need to take a couple, but.
No, you don't need to. I just didn't
no.
know, like, if it was something that a craft that you really tried to refine or whatnot. Where did the break come for you? How did you, because everybody talks about, I want to do it, but I can't get my foot in the door.
Yeah, well, I moved, my husband and I, we were kind of newlyweds. We were married about a year and a half and decided to move to Nashville because I just felt like that was where I needed to be, to make my dream come true. And so we moved to Nashville, and he got a job as Garth Brooks' production manager. And I went out and sold T-shirts for Garth as a merchandise girl. And I was waiting tables and singing demos and trying to get a record deal. And when that came through, Garth offered me an opening spot on his tour. 77 shows that year, and that was really a great, obviously a huge tour to be on as a newcomer.
Sure. How did that conversation go? Was it casual? Was it an official offer in from somebody? We went over to his house. He was wanting to talk about the business and offer me some advice, and I was like, if Garth Brooks is offering me advice on the music business, I'm there. So we went and talked, and he said, asked me how my record was coming, and then said, well, he's in the true Garth fashion, he said, well, if you don't mind, I'd like for you to come open all my shows next year.
He asked you to be an opener?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. And it was really a leap of faith on his part because I didn't even have a single out or anything, and he'd never seen me perform on stage, so it was a really beautiful start to my
Wow,
story.
what a God wink that was, huh?
Well, did you say, let me get back to you on that?
We'll have my people call your people, no.
Well, when he said that, because that's a big deal to open for him, were you nervous or scared, or did you know what?
I wasn't. I was just ready, I had been dreaming of this my whole life, and was just ready to get us started.
Yeah. Where did he hear you sing? Because you didn't have anything out yet at that point.
He just asked me to sing a little bit of something a cappella at the house he said, what have you been working on? And I sang a little bit of a song, and
he heard it. He heard it.
That's how you got to open for Garth, just at his house.
Did you get to sing with him? Did you ever collaborate with him?
No, he did sing on my first record. He sang harmonies on a song called Cheap Whiskey.
So if you wanted to collaborate with anybody today, who would you like to be with?
Well, actually, on my new album, I have a new album coming out in April, and I got to collaborate with 2 of my favorite singers, Gavin DeGraw and Kelly Clarkson.
Oh. Wow.
Now, how does that go? Do you call them and say, hey, I would like, to...
She can call anybody and ask if they want to collaborate.
Do those things in the business, because you hear about these wonderful collaborations that happen, does it usually start with the artist and they just have a conversation at a gathering or whatever and say, hey, I'd like to work with you? Or
I've always loved their voices, and I just asked. I kind of hate to put people on the spot. I don't really like to put people on the spot, so I usually, see if there's some interest first, and then I ask. I don't want people to go like, I don't want to sing on her record, but she's right there.
Is there anybody else you would like to ask to maybe for the next time around?
Are you pushing yourself?
Yeah, well, I was going to say.
I don't sing. I have a
She has a Christmas album.
No, I'm not. No, just kidding. Anybody else?
Oh, there's so many people. I've been fortunate. I've gotten to do some great duets. Bob Seger and Jimmy Buffett But
I had heard a rumor though that you were kind of like going to ask Bruno Mars. Is that true?
I would love to sing with Bruno Mars.
Who wouldn't like to sing with Bruno Mars? Yeah, that was
so many people.
Can you remember
Rod
those two
Stewart,
beautiful
Bruno
voices?
Mars. Yeah.
Is that why? Because you're starting your own label, right? Now, is that one of the things behind that? Is to be able to have more freedom to do what you want to do?
Yeah, I've been on 2 record labels in my career and have loved each experience, but this just felt like a new kind of exciting venture to be, you can put your own team in place, handpick the people that work your record, and it's exciting, to kind of have a control over, doing whatever kind of project you want to do. And
do you have children?
I do have 3 daughters.
3, yeah. I thought. Yeah. Do they go with you when you tour, or how do you work that?
They used to when they were little. One is 19 and in college, and one is 15 and in high school, and then I've got an 8-year-old. So we just really, they came, we've been here for a few days, and they came out and spent a couple of days with us, just left yesterday.
They sing?
They are all really good singers, but they don't have any sort of ambition to perform in front of people.
I can't skip over asking about, this is more of a soul album that you have, all right? Everlasting?
Yeah.
Why so? It's a little bit of a departure. Why?
I just have always wanted to make a record like this. I love soul music. We covered Aretha Franklin, we covered Otis Redding, Van Morrison, Elvis. Just iconic singers and songs. Etta James, and I've always put these kind of songs in my show over the years. I recorded At Last, and we covered Natural Woman on the show, and so it's just like. For me as a singer, these songs are so much fun to sing, and they're so emotional. The lyrics are so sort of in the moment and personal and intimate, and so
everlasting.
And everlasting.
Wow, it's a perfect name for it.
Thank you. Yeah, for
so
coming
nice
by.
To have
we
you.
wish you. We wish you much success with the album. May you never run out of gas again. That is our wish for you. Martina's new album, Everlasting, is available April 8th. For more on Martina, you can check out our Twitter page at Home and Family TV. And of course, we invite you to follow her at Martina McBride.